Hi, this is Seth Spielman talking about the first homework assignment for GEOG 4023-5023 for the spring of 2013. I'm not sure if I'll normally do these sorts of videos for the homework assignment, but this is the first one. I thought a video might be useful to get you started. This video is going to talk through much of, but not all of, this homework assignment 1, which is available in our pubs. To do this assignment, you will have to have installed both RStudio and R successfully. In the class material, there are the Dropbox. There are instructions for how to do this. Let's open up RStudio. And so this is what RStudio looks like, or should look like, when it opens, more or less, for you. And we have this window that says console. And this console window is sort of like R's brain. And when we write code in R, we'll have to somehow get it into this console. And it is possible to type directly into the console. For example, here I've typed 1 plus 3, and if I hit return, R will tell me that the answer is 4. However, most people, when working in R, do not type directly into the console, or at least most of the time, they don't type directly into the console. They create something called the script file. You can create a new empty script by going to the File menu, and then to New, and then to Script. And this will open up this empty script window up above the console. So we still have the console, but now we have this empty script window. We can type the same thing into this empty script window, 1 plus 3. And if we hit return, nothing happens. There is no calculation. R does not show us the answer. For things to go from the script window into the console, you have to hit this Run button. So here I've positioned the cursor next to the line that I want to run, and when I hit Run, the text from up here gets sent down here onto the command line, and the answer is displayed. That's sort of the most basic thing you can do in R. Just sending things between and doing simple calculations. So R can be a big fancy calculator if you want it to be. The more common mode of operation in R is to create an object. And we create an object using an assignment operator. The assignment operator is discussed in the homework assignment. Here we are doing the same calculation, 1 plus 3, but we're saving the results into an object, or we're assigning the results of this arithmetic to an object called A. Again, if we send this to the console, you can do that, but nothing happens. R doesn't yell at you if you do something well. It doesn't. There's no positive reinforcement in R. It's sort of a bad parent. So now we've created this object called A, which holds the results of 1 plus 3. And we could type the letter A and send it to the console, and we would see the number 4, which is what we expect to see. For most of this lab, we'll be working with some real data, a very small data set of rainfall values from the city of Boulder, Colorado, for the years of 2000 to 2011. The rainfall data are here, entered in inches. The important thing to notice is here we're working with a bunch of different numbers, sort of a list of numbers. And we've used this combine or concatenate function. And again, the assignment will explain functions in more detail. So here, we're combining all of these numbers together into a single object called rain. So if I send this line to the console, again, nothing happens. But if I type the word rain now, R will show me back the numbers. So I've created this object called rain, which holds a bunch of rainfall data. To remind myself what is in this object, I've created a little comment in my script. And this comment is denoted with these two hash signs. And it says, the comment simply says that rain contains actual rainfall data for Boulder, Colorado. What this does is this is a human readable line. Those little hash symbols indicate that it's not meant for R to read, it's meant for people to read. So if I for example, sent this line to the console, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything because the hash symbols indicate that this is not something for R to read. It's something for a person to read. So we have this object called rain. The lab, or the homework assignment, describes the use of functions. And one of the functions that it describes is a function called mean. And if we type mean, and then we put an object name inside of the parentheses, like rain, and we send it to the console either by hitting this button or hitting Command or Control Enter, it will tell us, R will tell us, that the average of all of these numbers is 19.25. There are other functions that we could do. There are many, many functions in R. For example, if we wanted to find out the total amount of rainfall over that period, we could sum up all of those numbers. So there were 231 inches over that 10-year period, or 11-year period. We could also calculate the mean ourselves, for example, by saying sum rain divided by length rain. So what does length rain do? Length rain, the length function, simply tells us the number of years, or the number of observations, or the number of elements in that list of numbers called rain. So there were 12 years of rain data. Sorry, counting is not my strong suit. We can also, as you will have to do later, we can also look at the deviations from the mean. So, for example, if we wanted to look at how far away each year of rainfall is from the average amount of rainfall, we could type rain minus mean rain. And I've sent this to the console, and you can see down here it's given me a bunch of numbers: negative 3.25, negative 1.25, 7.75. And this is simply telling us that in this first year, the year 2000, when we had 16 inches of rain, the rainfall was 3.25 inches below the average, right? Next year it was 1.25 inches below the average, then it was 5.25 inches below the average, then it was above the average, below the average, and so on. Okay?